Hello and welcome, I'm Raziel. So, how is everyone today? It's dark, it's wet, it's Britain here, so I hope you're all having a good time. I hope you're having a good day. If not, like I say, stay the course, my friends. The road might be long, but it's always going to be worth it at the end. So, this is a kind of response to Northern Exile. Look, I have nothing wrong with him. I think he's a good dude. He says a lot of truth, but I do think he's kind of wrong on this point. Look, again, it's fine. It's his opinion. It's what he's allowed it. I'm not going to ever do that. Okay, but what I do want to say is he did say something which I fundamentally disagree with. Again, I have no issues with the guy. And just because I like his videos doesn't mean I am going to agree with him all the time. Same with you guys. If you don't like my video, you like my videos, you don't have to agree with me all the time. I'm actually cool with that. I think it's a great way to communicate. But he did say something. He was talking about Games Workshop being into the hobby for so long, and that this kind of acceptance is stronger than leaving. And like if you're leaving, it's more akin to running away. Like I might have missed a point there. If I have, and I apologize. But it's like I said, it's kind of a response, but it is something I think is very important too. Look, the way I see it, Games Workshop's a company, and Warhammer is part of a part of their hobby, not the entire hobby. The hobby is wargaming, and I've said this, and I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. The wargaming hobby is expansive. It is huge. There is so many different games out there. There's so many different styles of playing games. So many different genres of game. There is just so much out there that it's hard. You'll be hard pushed to find something that doesn't click with you. And Warhammer 40k tends to click with a lot of people. And I'm also one of these people that agrees is very much with the thought that just because something's popular doesn't make it good. Now, bit of a personal tale here. See, when Marvel and DC started going downhill, I didn't give up comics. Like I was a big DC fan. I loved Green Lantern. I loved Batman. My guilty pleasure is Superman, and so I was a big DC fan. I read some Marvel, Winter Soldier. I like, and Scarlet Spider as well. I loved that run. I like the new Ultimate Spider-Man run and Ultimate Wolverine run. They're quite good right now. So, but when the story started going downhill, and they never appealed to me. I didn't leave War Comics because the two brands that I put a lot of money into and a lot of time into. What I did was I moved. I changed what I was reading and see if I could find something else within the comic book hobby. And I started reading Spawn. I started reading Gunslinger, Scorched. And quite recently, I've started reading Shadow Man and Bloodshot. These are really good comics. And it sounds weird to say, but because Marvel and DC's quality has dipped so much, I don't think I would have ever, if it was still good, I don't think I would have ever read these comics. I probably would have read Spawn because I actually quite like Spawn, and I got into Spawn because of the darkness, and I got into the darkness because of the game. But the darkness isn't running, and I try to find as many trade paperbacks or trades for those as I can, but they're like hen's teeth right now. But that's the thing. Leaving Warhammer isn't running away. It's not going, they're not doing it for me now, but I got to stay, otherwise I'm running away. No, you're not running away. Like, here's the thing. Games Workshop's a company, and they don't own you a thing. They don't owe you a thing at all. And I think that's what people need to realise. Just because you've been playing the hobby for so long, you don't have to put up with anything that you don't like. If whatever rubbish they throw out your way, you don't have to put up with it. You don't have to just constantly buy it if you don't agree with what they're doing, if you don't like what the company's doing. Moving on is probably the stronger thing, way of going, the way of doing it, if you have put so much time in it and you have sort of decided, like, they're not doing it for me anymore. And you're saying, washing your hands of it because you're knowing who you are. And I say this a lot, and I think it's very true, and unfortunately not many people seem to get it. Know your worth. Know what your money is worth. Know what your time is worth. And doing that, and a company isn't living up to your standard, I know people think I'm being, this is somehow entitled. Yeah, it's entitled. Of course it is. But it's like I said, it's not a bad thing, because you're putting yourself and your money and your time before a company that wants those. When you buy something, it's always a trade. It's not just money that's involved, it's time involved as well. And that's what you're giving them, and they're giving you a product, right? And that's the thing. If they aren't providing something that you agree is an equal trade to your money and your time, then don't do it. Just don't purchase it. Move away. There is so many other good games out there. Wild West Exodus cannot say it's any higher. It's the best game out there, right? I love it. And again, if Games Workshop's quality hadn't been dipping and I wasn't getting this lethargy from Games Workshop, I was feeling fatigued with the way they were going, I would have never gone to Wild West Exodus. And honestly, that was more or less a fluke by accident, because I was just looking for some new models to build and paint. I was looking for something different, and I saw the Helena Miller model. I thought, that looks cool. I looked at all the other models, and I really got to a point when I was looking at the models by War Cradle and going, the hardest part of this is choosing a model, because they looked good. Every last one of them looks good. And as much as I don't like painting as part of the hobby, I really don't. I like playing, I like building. Those are my two favourite, and not in that order either. It's building and playing. It was this thing that's, every model I thought looked fantastic, and I actually enjoyed painting them. Some of my best painting comes from my Wild West Exodus models. Absolutely. Some of my best looking models are from them. Without a doubt. And that's the thing. If I was to follow this advice that leaving the hobby is running away, and if I mean a hobby by Warhammer and Warhammer 40k, Hearthstone, etc., then I would have never done that. And I think knowing yourself is so vitally important, especially in this day and age, when it comes to what you spend your money on. Okay, and what you're going to spend your time with. Knowing what you like and what you want to do, that is so important. And saying, like I said, I don't really like repeating myself, but, leaving the hobbies running away and you're stronger for staying. No. If it's not, I'm sorry, but it's not. If you are really getting fatigued with Games Workshop, move, change. Don't buy the models. Don't play the games. Find someone else. Find another company. Play their games. Read their lore. You'll probably find you're going to get so much more enjoyment out of the hobby itself. Again, the hobby meaning wargaming, not just Warhammer. Mantic has a load of books. And there's a good book for Wild West Exodus. And they got a new adventure book coming out for the dystopian age. You got the lore book for Conquest. And they all have really cool lore. I think Conquest really needs to build more on theirs. It is a complaint a lot of people say, but I can kind of get it. They are new and they are trying to focus on the game more than the lore, which I get. I mean, the same with video games. If you look at Nintendo and this Zelda timeline, it really is all about the place, because they never actually considered a canonical timeline for the longest period. They just didn't think about it. It was more about playing the game and fitting a story around the game. And so, yeah, that's kind of a thing. So, like I said, if you're so enamored that you're scared about losing Games Workshop to whichever political side you disagree with, I was going to say woke leftist, but honestly, let's keep this central here, and that's reuse your complaint, but we'll just keep it central here. Whichever political side you don't like, and you're going to say, well, I got to stay so the others don't win. You're just bending the knee at this point. You're giving up because you're scared of losing something which really has no massive impact on your life. It sounds weird to say. Hobbies are great. I gotta say, hobbies are amazing. They're a good way to kill time, have fun, chill out with your friends. But it's not a necessity. You could live without it. You could live very well without it. You can find a different hobby. You can do something else. And I'm not saying don't do wargaming, don't do this. I'm saying it's not worth it if you're in there just out of spite because you don't want someone else to do it, or you're scared of someone else doing it. I'm not taking anyone's side here. If anything, I'm more concerned with the health of the player, the mental health of the player, than the actual health of the game. It's more concerning to me that people are too scared to leave because they are afraid of what people think of them. I tell you, I'm kind of lucky. I've got to say, I have some sociopathic tendencies with my autism. My friends who know me know this. Like, when I say I don't care, this is like the absolute least amount of care you could give. Like, I do not care. I'm completely apathetic. I find myself quite lucky to be in this. So, not playing Warhammer anymore isn't a big thing for me, and walking away isn't a big thing for me. And the only reason I stay on the fringe of it is because of my daughter, because she likes it, and that's it. Okay. Like I said, it's sociopathic tendencies. There are some places where I do have a very strong emotional attachment, and I'm willing to go that way. And that's the thing. This is why I am so keen on showing these other models. This is what I love showing when I'm doing these videos, showing off Conquest models, showing off Mantic models, showing off Wildest Exodus models. What am I going to do today? I think I've done Conquest. I might go back to Wildest Exodus, or Dystopian Age, or something from a Dystopian Age. It'll be War Cradle today, I think. And the reason I'm doing this is because I don't want to show off Games Workshop models anymore. I want to show people that there is so much more to this hobby. There is a lot more to this hobby. And never ever think that leaving a hobby, no matter how long you've put into it, 30 years here. I've been playing for 30 years. And I'm not even joking. It's actually 31 years this year. Okay? And at best, like, I bet it's about 32. It's just my first game was Tyrannid Attack way back when. And then I saw it in primary school, and then I really got into it in secondary school, right? The first year of secondary school is when I really got into Games Workshop and wargaming. But over the past year, like I said, with the quality of Games Workshop going down, with their story and their lore just being absolutely all over the place, I wanted to find something that I enjoyed, and I really wanted to dive deep in it. I'd already started Wildest Exodus at this point. I had already bought some Kings of War stuff way back when they had the plastic cases, if you remember that. I got some elves. And that was what was cool. And again, I've really got to emphasize this point. Never be attached to something through nostalgia. Never be that way. Never let nostalgia get in the way of doing what's right for yourself. Yes, I'm a massive retro gamer. I actually very rarely play any games I played as a child. When I play retro games, I'm always looking for something new to play, always something different. It's why I have a Super Nintendo. I had a Mega Drive when I was a kid, Genesis if you're American, and I got myself a Super Nintendo because I never had one. I wanted to try something new. So don't be scared. It's always stronger to leave something you're not happy with than it is to bend a knee and stay there. Okay? That's the end all. Like I said, this is a kind of response to Northern Exile's video. Yeah, I have no problems with him. I just think this is one time that he kind of missed the point. He's usually spot on, and I can't really disagree with him that much, but saying leaving the hobbies akin to running away feels like to me that someone staying for out of spite is more to bending the knee than it is anything else. And I do not bend my knees for anyone. Except my Lord Jesus. I'm sorry for being a bit preachy at the end, but that's the only reason. Like, I see everyone as equal. Absolutely. Everyone I see is equal. I have no qualms with whatever anyone does. They're all equal to me. And that's just my point of view. Bit of a fatalist point of view, but that is it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a good day. I hope you've had a good time. I'll see you all again in the next video. And if you wish to personally support this channel, which will be great, try Raylan Games up to 20% off your wargaming, and it's got some video games and books up there as well. It's the best place to get anything for Wildest Exodus. It's free delivery after £20, and you get an extra 1% off with their points promotion, and it's damn good because I use it all the time. There is also Forbidden Planet for comics, DVDs, mangas. I might be dropping that one soon. And there's also Audible. My daughter loves it. she likes listening to stories on it. I got it for her, and if she loves it, I'm going to give it credit because it keeps her happy. I prefer reading books normally, but I do get why people enjoy it. I can understand people listening to it when they're working. Okay, I do understand it, and it is a good thing. So that's down there below as well. They got 1984. They got Necronomicon. No, H.P. Lovecraft. Loads of good sci-fi there from like Robert Heinlein, Starship Troopers. Really cool stuff. Frank Herbert's Dune, and Aldous Huxley's out. Brian Aldiss's The Heliconian Spring. I believe I pronounced that correctly. It's a damn good story. Really cool world building. If you're into world building, that's a good book for you to get and read and listen to. It's a long one though, but it's damn good. There is also my merchandise, stickers, cupcakes, etc. All the links are down there below. Like those of you who really want to personally support the channel, go there. And there's Skyforge, good friend of mine. No money for this. Don't get anything. He's a friend of mine. I want to get him up the Google algorithm and get his business really going. And I'm seeing some good things coming from him. He's a great man. And finally, Patreon, which I have no idea what I want to do with. And I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good day and see you soon. Bye-bye.